How is that funny? This is cool. Oh, I was like, something else.
I'm not funny. We all know that.
No, I didn't mean
especially
that.
You.
No, I didn't. That was just fun.
Okay, so far so good. Questions, comments, concerns, random thoughts. Catherine, you good back there? Okay. We ready to move on to part 1, which Laura is really excited about because now we're going to do activity-based costing, not just the same old stuff that we already know how to do. Right, Jim?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So now what, Mr. Canoy?
It's going to be fun.
See, he's ready to have fun now.
Now he's ready to have fun. He wasn't earlier. Okay? TJ, sorry I'm so boring. So let's take notes on page 197. We are almost at page 200. Do you see that?
Is there going to be something fun on page 200? Because you let us down.
Yeah, you let us down for 100.
No.
Get rid of our doodle space.
Yeah, I've had students complain before that doodle space gets slimmer as the semester goes on.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, there's none in the problem sections on purpose.
There's some right here.
Okay, so
You don't give us this.
not in the there are none by intention. There are none in the problem sections.
No, there's one already ready.
You don't have any time to doodle. So no. How 1A? How much overhead will be assigned to each product if the above 3 cost drivers are used to allocate overhead? I've got to do some erasing here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do more erasing than I wish. But we got to do all this again. We need manufacturing overhead here. But this time, we are not going to use just one PDOR. How many are we going to use? 3. So we've got production run setups, quality testing, and packing activities. So when I write PRS on the board, if I write PRS on the board kind of in a word association game, what do you think? Guitars. Guitar. Paul Reed Smith guitars.
Oh, duh.
Paul Reed Smith guitars. Santana plays them, if anybody's ever heard of that guy. QT, surely you've Quick Trip, and then PA's Pennsylvania, or I think of, because I've, yeah, PA system's what I think of because I've already been thinking about guitars. So the first thing we need to do is calculate many PDORs here, okay? The first thing we need to do is calculate many PDORs. And so what I do, in fact, I did it on my sheet. You can see it right there if he zooms in really close, which I don't really recommend that he does, is off to the right of the total column, the second table, the bigger table. Off to the right of the total column, I add another column, PDOR. Okay, off to the right of the total column, not that one, the other one, the one down below. The bigger one. The second one, yeah, the bottom one. The one that's more difficult to write PDOR off to the right of. Yes, anytime. Anytime. So, and in my notes, I put it in quotes, PDOR, for the same reason that, Catherine brought up earlier, which is, well, wait a second, this really isn't really a PDOR, is it? Well, no, it's not. So that's why I put it in quotes. So it's kind of sort of a, oops, sorry. Shara, I just knocked down your umbrella. I'm sorry. Or something like that. Is it really?
Open it farther.
Oh. So, to calculate, and so we do the same calculation. We take total cost divided by, and get this, we use total activity, okay? Total activity or total cost for every activity. So what's the PDOR for production run setups? Mr. Evans, have you got that calculated for us?
Not yet.
Not yet, but he's going to work on it. Jackie, have you got any of them calculated? I have that one. You have that one. So Mr. Evans, why don't you work on the second one then, since Jackie has the first one already done. It is 8,000. 8,000 what? And you should write it down here too. It is 8,000 what, Shar? Did you get this? So in this total column, oh, that is not correct. Yeah. It is 8,000. That's what she said. It's 8,000. So the PDOR for the first one we're going to see calculated is for production run setups. Follow it all the way across horizontally. It is 8,000. And you should be writing it right here. PDOR 8,000. There you are. PDOR 8,000. We all getting that? PDOR 8,000. You're not doing what I suggested, though.
I'm trying to figure out where am I calculating?
Right there. PDOR.
Okay.
Title. PDOR. There we are. There we are. Very good. But it's 8,000 what? Everybody's just writing down 8,000. Oh, Tyler, you did a very good job. He did. I'm sorry?
$8,000 per run.
$8,000 per production run. That's exactly what it is. Sir? How'd you get what number? 8,000. We took the total. We took $400,000. Do you see $400,000? And then divided it by 50 production runs. Or production run setups. Are we good? Do we see that? Do we see that? Do we see that? Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. TJ? Yes? Okay. Shar, so it's 8,000 what? That was the question I asked you way back when. It's actually dollars per production run setup. So write the dollar sign down there. Jackie, you too. Did you do it already? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Stephanie, what's the next one? The next one is, well, actually, the next one is quality testing. What's the PDOR? $1,200 per quality test. Okay? Mr. Hutchinson, do you have the third one?
I can figure it out.
You can figure it out.
It's $800.
$800 per?
Packing activity.
Per packing activity. Mr. Kanoy, do you concur?
I concur completely, actually.
Okay. So far, so good. So what have we just done, Mr. Kanoy?
We calculated PDOR for the 3 different cost drivers.
We calculated the PDOR for the 3 different cost drivers. And now we can fill in this stuff. And we're again using this formula, and we'll use it 3 times. We'll use it 3 times, once for production run setups, 1 for quality tests, and 1 for packing activities, okay? Mr. King, what are you using your calculator to do?
I am figuring out the applied manufacturing overhead for production run setup.
Awesome. For the standard or for the high grade?
For standard.
Please. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
It's $320,000.
$320,000. Perfect. Heidi, do you have another number that you've calculated for me? For the high grade, it's $80,000. And now we can look at